Yeah, she took my 8, but that's okay. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires in simple printed circuits scattered everywhere. Chips, and on the table proudly stood an oscillograph. I don't know what that is. I heard voices from another room, and then 2 pioneers appeared. One was electronic, the other one I didn't know. So this is the robot guy I was talking about. Hi, Semyon. We've been expecting you. Okay. We've been expecting you. It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Well, of course, because you came to sign up to our cybernetics club, didn't you? He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only 2 of you in the club? Well, you can say that it's 3 now. Shurik came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar. No, okay, listen up. I am signing up for the music club for 2 reasons. One, I want to play guitar. The second one, there's a girl that likes me in there, so I gotta go. His face was somewhat familiar. Welcome to the club. Yep. Now I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to... We're always welcoming new members. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. It's amazing, I even remembered the words. In the 1st grade I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. Well, that is... this is not really relevant to the story, but okay. No, I just wanted you to sign my checklist. Yep, you sign up to the club, we'll sign your checklist. He grinned. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. Hey! I looked back and saw Slavia. Ah, Simeon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble. She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of the motherland's robotics industry. I know these 2. They can. Well, actually, I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation. No problem, give it to me. Slavia took the paper and marched up to Shurik. Sign it. Hold on, we're not done yet. You're done. Sign it now. Oh my god. She gave Shurik such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist. I thanked Slavia, then I moved on in a mellow mood. Without saying thank you? Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga Dmitrievna and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extended beyond giving theory speeches at lineups, scolding Ilyana, and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. The words here are just so weird. Here, I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect. So did you meet our nurse? Yes. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine. Which club have you signed up for? I didn't. I need to think first. That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Of course, sure. Right. It's time to go to the dinner. About time. I was getting hungry. I am actually hungry, but now when I think about it, I actually have food in my cabinet over there, but that's the one place I haven't checked. But I just realized I have spaghetti in there. I could just cook that up. I headed to the canteen together with Olga Dmitrievna. I looked at the sky and noticed that the sun was already setting. On the porch stood ALISA, Electronic, Liana, and Slavia. As we came up, I heard what they were talking about. And never call me Duvache again or you get another one. I didn't call you that. You're hearing things. He did. I heard it all. You weren't even there. I was in the bushes. Come on, guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Well, he didn't even have a black guy back at the club though. Olga Dmitrievna came up to them and asked them about the ruckus. What happened? Alisa and Cheeskov, I didn't do anything. She shrugged with antip. She shrugged with antipathy. I don't know. Went inside. Right, dinner time. I entered last. There weren't too many free seats. There were a few free chairs near Alisa across the canteen, but I'd sooner starve for a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a set near Ilyana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese whatever crawls. Cuisine, yeah. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Yes! Oh shit, blah, blah. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here? Oh yeah, sure. I mean, no, I don't mind. I mean, yes, you can sit here. I sat down. I know she likes me. Look, it's buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat? And chicken. I don't like chicken. Well, not that I don't like it. But if you'd ask me what would I prefer, say stroganoff beef or ragut? No, maybe just a hamburger or a rump steak. Do you like rump steak? I don't know if I've ever eaten rump steak, but I would not say no to a burger, okay? I'm not that picky about my food, and that can be discussed. And that's the simple truth. No. Ice cream brands popular in late Soviet Union. Huh? Oh, is that so? But the desserts, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love, how do you pronounce that? 48 kopecks and Leningradsko. Oh, sorry, I keep talking about myself. I don't know why I got a message from Epic Games saying that, hey, your Epic Games has now been linked with Ubisoft. Yeah, I did that like an hour ago. Thanks for giving me the email now. Maybe you like Eskimo better. I don't know what any of these things are. Dinner was starting to get on my nerves, thanks to such company. I don't think I would ever figure out what is what in Russia either way if I went there. And yeah, by the way, this game is from Russia, just so you know. And I'm not the kind of person that can just ignore someone who's talking to them. Even her. We're at the same table after all. I once bought a waffle cone and started eating, and then you know what? I found a screw there, a real screw. Can you imagine that? Or was it a bolt? I don't really know. I actually found a piece of glass in my dinner once. And it was already in the package, so it wasn't my mom who did something. It was actually in the package. You just take out the package and just dump it into a something and cook it. Screws are those that you tighten with screwdrivers, and bolts are those that you turn with a wrench. Yes, I believe so. If there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in the top 3 winners by now. Right, I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed outside. You can't just leave her? Miko was saying something, but her words were drowned by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. If I was here and I didn't hear her, I will turn back and say, "What did you say?" Just to hear what she said, if it was important. I went out and sat on the stairs waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched night falling. Everything is so lively here during the day. Kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on, and swimming at the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sounds of day were swapped for silence, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost or a spirit of the forest, or a wild animal. A human being would be the least thing to expect. That is how it looked last night. And now, the locals followed their routine very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged more to the forces of nature than to humans. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. It was electronic. Let's go play cards. Cards? Yep, I invented a new game. A good one. Good. Like how? Well, first we got to find the cards, then I'll tell you. Then go find them, what's the problem? Only Olga Dmitrievna has them and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time when Olga Dmitrievna and Slavia came out onto the porch. Olga Dmitrievna, Semyon just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually, for what purpose? We invented a new game. Not we, you did. What game? I need the cards to show you. I don't like this. Well, if Semyon is with you, then perhaps it's okay. To be really honest, well, we'll go fetch them together, Olga Dmitrievna. Sure, if you don't mind. Sure, let's go. We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped. Hey, I just remembered, the cards are in my cabin. Good timing. And where's that? It's just down this road. Let's go. We reached a cabin that in fact looked more like a trailer. Just wait here a minute, I'll be back. It took her just a few seconds to come back. There. She showed me a deck of pretty worn out cards. These must be marked in and out. That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play? Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules. Shall we go? Let's go. We're gonna play cards. On our way back, I decided to try and find out about something. How long have you been here? In this camp? About a week. I see. And where did you come from? I'm from the north. That is, the cold north. North Pole? She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody in this camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent of questions. I tried to approach from another angle. And what do you like? What do you mean? Well, your hobbies. Oh, I like nature. I don't like nature. Strange. She's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature, I see. Want to become a natural historian? More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history. That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals, she was the only one who had nothing to hide. What if she came here, just like me, and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. And why did you choose this camp? I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work. Another failure. Well, if you could choose. It's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here it's like you are becoming another person. That wasn't how I saw it. I just changed to another person. I was PewDiePie like in the beginning, and now I am some guy that has hair in front of his eyes. What do you mean another person? It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new interesting people here. Now she started to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me. I decided to stop with the questions for now. When we came back, Olga Dmitrievna told Slavia. I just remembered that the cards were at your place. It's okay, we got it. Good, good. Slavia and Olga Dmitrievna went inside. Is she gonna join us? I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. ALISA. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine. Not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully. You're going to play this stupid game? Yes. Something wrong with that? No, nothing. She was turning to leave, but then slowly looked back and smiled. So you play cards? A little. I couldn't figure out what she wanted. So only Durak, and that's it. Durak card game, popular in USSR, similar to President. I haven't played President even, so. As if you're a poker star. Well, yes, technically. Then you don't have a chance. Why? Because, so you know the rules? Of course. Well, then you'll have the upper hand. I couldn't see why would we go on talking and motion towards the door. Why do you keep trying to leave? Because you're scaring me. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Let's make a bet. What do you mean? You're such a slowpoke. The cards. What else? And what do you want to bet on? That I'll win. That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly. So, are you afraid? No, I'm not. I'm not big on bets when I don't like my chances. And you're not big on taking risks too. Such an astute observation. I'm impressed. Right then, I know you're not. Now what? I sighed in exhaustion. She was starting to annoy me with her rubbish talk about some pointless bet. If you won't bet with me, I'll tell everyone that you tried to seduce me. What? I mean, no one would believe you because if I tried, you would beat the hell out of me. You heard me. I could imagine her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days. Besides, want to try your luck? Right. And what will happen if I win? I won't tell anyone anything. And if I lose, slowpoke mode again. I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already. So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove that I didn't do something when I didn't actually do it. If that's how you want to look at it, not a simple decision. On the one hand, it was stupid to agree. I didn't know the rules and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she could really make my life hell. Then again, can I even trust her? She can do it even if I win. So have you made a decision? I was going to answer, but suddenly, Lena, we haven't seen her in a while, came around me from behind. What? Nothing. Lena hurried inside. So? I don't know the rules though. I wonder what will happen if I do the wrong. I kind of don't want to do it because I know she won't tell anyone that I seduced her, and even if she did, they wouldn't believe her. My cat is vomiting. I can hear that. I'm picking up later. But I kind of want to bet in case she actually tells someone that I seduced her, and Miku will be sad if she thinks it's real. Can you stop vomiting, please? But my cat is eating everything that she finds on the floor. So, are you throwing up under my bed so I can't find it? And a third time. I'm just gonna wait till she stops vomiting so I can play. Are you done? Cool. I may regret it 100 times. Fine, I'll do it. She smiled. But if I win, yeah, all fair, no cheating. That was the fourth time. Kitty, what the hell is your problem? Alisa turned, went up the stairs and inside the canteen. Why am I doing this? Because she can set me up regardless if she wants to. Since she decided to anyway, I let out a heavy sigh and followed her through the door. Inside everything was ready. A few pioneers stood here and there chatting. The tables were moved out of the way to make room for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on in the far corner. When I came closer, I saw a large piece of paper with a diagram drawn on it. Oh no. My name was among the players. I'm against Lena. And who came up with all this? I patted the electronic who was standing near. Well, of course, it was your most humble servant. He bowed to me jokingly. This made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. And why in the world am I among the players then? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago, I thought I still had a slim chance to evade this tournament. Then I wouldn't have to fear Eliza's revenge for losing the bet with her. But now that hope was gone. It was pure coincidence. Yeah, right, coincidence. Except that I was already acquainted with every one of the contestants. Why didn't you put yourself on there, not me? While there were a few dozen other pioneers standing in the room, I was seized by anxiety. It's the feeling of being watched while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I wanted to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer when Uliana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him. Prizes! Prizes! I heard something about prizes. It's not the winning, but the taking part that counts. Do you know what is the main ethos of the Olympic Games? Oh, yeah, it's not the winning, but the taking part that counts. Okay. A what? No, you'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed Electronic in the ribs. So what about the prize? Well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really? If they came up with this stupid game, at least they could give the winner a chocolate medal or something. Juliana suddenly jumped and raced off to somewhere. I wish I was that optimistic. So what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. I looked around canteen. ALISA, Slavia, Lena, Meek, and Shurek were here. It seems like everyone is here. Not everyone. Xenia isn't here. Does he feel uneasy, or is it just me? She's not here, so what? Pick someone else instead. No, I can't do that, he answered slowly. I decided not to ask exactly why can't he do this. We'll go fetch her or something, I don't know. Olga Dmitrievna, he can't go. He's the host of the event. The camp leader appeared as it from nowhere. But Olga Dmitrievna, Electronic whined. Semyon will go, right, Semyon? She looked at me and smiled. Of course, who else? Where is she? In the library, I guess. Okay. I dragged my feet towards the door. God damn it. Please hurry. What's Electronic's problem anyway? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowly paced towards the library. But I found Xenia before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench at the square, staring at Genda, who was silent as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you can see? She frowned. Well, let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. Why not? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think of saying something like that. Xenia looked at me with surprise on her face. So everyone is waiting for me? Isn't that exactly what I said? Yes. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. But why? I gestured with my arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. So what? Same problem here. Then how can you play? What, you can only do things that you read about in books or something? Of course. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears to survive? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. God damn it. Xenia smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right. I agreed sarcastically. And don't you think anything funny about that? I didn't get what she meant, but anyway, obviously everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we both were back at the canteen. Everyone looked at Electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you replay the game. After this, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me, since the number of players is just 8, we'll have only 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered. And what are the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Juliana cut it out. Slavia stepped forward and tried to catch Juliana. I won't rest until the prize is mine. It seemed like this girl alone had enough energy for a warp jump to Alpha Centauri. I don't know what that is. Prizes, prizes! She repeated it over and over. Stop it! Slavia tried to reason with her. Electronics seemed to be getting dizzy from all this running around. Let's start already, I said calmly, and added to Uliana, or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through to her, so she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. She's grateful because I'm so awesome. The Pyrenees finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself. And how can I be sure that it's not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we had to play the first round together. Yes. Finally, electronics started to explain the rules. I gotta play the tutorial. Look at the cards carefully. There are exactly 6 of them in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, this is the opposite side, and this is my cards, I guess. I hope everyone here knows how to count. Okay, but if all of these cards are mine, it's actually 12, so you don't know how to count. Now you can look at them. After everyone had a look at the cards, electronic moved on. The rules here are similar to poker. I have not played poker, dude. I hope everyone knows how to play. Well, I played some kind of poker, but it wasn't really poker, but still. I knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's a top card, then 1 pair, then 2 pairs, then 3 of a kind. Is that old guy in like a nurse costume? With a cattail or something? And so on. No flushes or straights though. In first round, you choose a card which you would like to take from your opponent. In turn, your opponent can choose to swap 2 of his cards around twice, or he can choose not to do so if he doesn't need the card which you are taking. Take a note here that your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses, and so on. I think it's pretty clear. It wasn't too clear to me. It's not. I didn't understand anything. Hey, you Einstein! Juliana yelled at him from her table. I didn't get a thing. You'll figure it out as we go. Well, the thing is, I have to win against ALISA. Electronic went to the table with the diagram, leaving Juliana to smolder in solitude. You go first. I hope I could get my mind around the game fast enough. Lena, more perplexed than usual, reached out for my cards. In the middle of the table, her hand stopped. Will you? Oh yeah, I should be protecting my card. What was Electronic said? To try to confuse my opponent, I can swap 2 of my cards. Twice. Or I can choose not to. Should I protect it or not? By the way, I can also agree and give her the card she chose straight away. Otherwise, Lena change her mind and take another card if she wants to. Or she might not. Let's see. I have this one, and that is the same as this one. I guess I can do that. No, don't take my queen! Yeah, she took my 8, but that's okay. Things were becoming clear. Things were, or at least comprehensible. Now it's my turn. I can take back my card from her, or I can choose another one. I'm not going to take it back, because I think I should have. This is a pair, right? Lena can try and protect her card, but if I watch her closely, I can take the card I choose regardless of her movements. Still taking that one, I guess. Oh, you don't want me to take it. Well, why don't you want me to take it? That's an 8. I made it. Electronic, who was silently watching our game, nodded in approval. How did I make it? Looks like now we're getting somewhere. Now, during the round, opponents trade cards 3 times. Keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponent with your eyes. I chuckled. Penetrate. Oh, wow, so mature. What's so funny? Oh, never mind. I tried to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. And then we turned the cards up to see whose hand is better. Electronic went back to his diagram. I can skip the tournament and win against ALISA, or I can lose against ALISA, lose against Ileana, and lose against Lena. I don't really want to play the tournament. I didn't get it. I won! Okay, fine. Hooray, I won. That'll let ALISA know who rules the roost here. That means that betting with her wasn't a waste. I'm sorry for not playing. I know I should have played the card game, but I don't I didn't get a thing. And if you want to play the card game, you can actually download this game on free on Steam. It's called Everlasting Summer. It's basically the name of the game on the title. Hey, you threw up again. Why are you here? My cat is right there now. Now the only thing left is to hope that she will not spread that false gossip because of her loss. We're at the beach, we're at the beach. Suddenly I gotta decide to celebrate my own victory and have a dip at the beach. To tell the truth, I do not really know how to swim, but the possibility of diving into the cool water under the moonlight seemed attractive. I can swim. After all, I spent the whole of yesterday in my winter clothes, and surely you could nicely wring the sweat out of me. In the evening, no one should be here, so I took off all my clothes except my underpants and entered the water. If I only knew, I would have taken my swimming trunks along. Usually it wasn't enough for me to swim for 15-20 meters, but this time the euphoria of my victory spurred me on to break this record. I swam slowly and tactfully, watching every movement of my arms and legs and keeping my breath steady. All of a sudden, wham! A strike on my back sent me underwater. It's ALISA. For sure. I started to drown, but managed to force myself to jump out and grab the nearby buoy. I turned and saw ALISA swimming after me. What the hell are you doing? What am I doing? Hailing the winner. And what if I started drowning? Will I save you? Of course. It was just too dangerous to stay here. She could easily sink me again. I gathered all my strength and swam to the shore. I slowly started to catch my breath. Beach sand stuck to my body from head to toe. After some time, ALISA came out of the water, with somehow just dry hair. Right away. You know, you swim well. I wouldn't say so. Yeah, you too. Well, wasn't that obvious? I said nothing. You won twice against me today. That means I will forget 2 of your debts. What kind of debts is she talking about? It looks like ALISA has a problem with evaluating reality. This is not reality, dude. Thanks a lot, I said sarcastically. You're not as much of a loser as I thought. Oh boy, that's a butt, and that's some titties. I mean, she is kind of cute, I gotta say. ALISA was wearing a swimsuit that perfectly emphasized the beauty of her figure. While taking into account all the flaws in her personality, at least this advantage of hers couldn't be taken away. Since when did I become a loser? She smiled cunningly. What's wrong? Aren't you one? Of course not. And how will you prove it? I don't have to prove anything. Oh, so is that it? She said without any anger. Yes, that's it. The silence was expected. A light wind gently played with the waves, sending them to the shore and taking them back after. ALISA was still looking through me as if, it seemed, she completely forgot about my presence. Hey, Earth to ALISA. Her last look immediately switched back to her normal one. Anyway, bye-bye. Just bye-bye. She picked up her clothes lying nearby and left. It was late, but I decided to spend a little bit more time lying on my back and stargazing. After all, I didn't have that many opportunities for that before, or I simply tried to avoid every opportunity. Well, if you think about it, the light from faraway stars reaches us only after millions of years. Just only millions of years. Right now, I can see the star because it was shining back then, long in the past. And now this star is gone, already exploded. Wait a minute. She took my clothes too! God damn it, ALISA! I got up and looked around the beach. No doubt about it. ALISA took my pioneer uniform. Damn it. And I was just starting to think that maybe she's not so spoiled. I need to come up with an idea quickly. Certainly, I could go and complain to Olga Dmitrievna, but not in my wet underpants. I didn't know which cabin ALISA lives in either, and knocking on every door is certainly not a good idea. Maybe I should go to Slavia. Yes, of course, at night wearing my underpants. The only thing missing is a rose in my teeth. Well, if you can find a rose and put it between your teeth, I mean, go for it, dude. Overall, it looks like I'm screwed. In any case, I have to do something. I was lucky not so much time had passed since she left, so I could still catch up with ALISA. Hurry up. In the blink of an eye, I found myself at the square. To my great surprise, ALISA was sitting on a bench, apparently bored. She had already changed. Give them back. Yeah, sure, take them. Why is she so why is she so sad? Now I feel bad. She muttered with a guilty tone and handed back my uniform. Don't think I was waiting for you on purpose or anything like that. She likes me. Of course she likes me. ALISA turned back and set off towards the cabins at easy pace. I was left standing, riveted to the spot. I didn't expect such a twist. The guilt did its job, perhaps. Fat chance. Anyway, it's better to keep away from her, and recent events do not change a thing. I headed to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga Dmitrievna must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. I entered the cabin, quietly stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hadn't gotten any clearer today. In fact, I spent whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never have even thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are only a few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired. Psychologically tired. And God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to show off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself, or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Can you just go to sleep, damn it? I'm trying to end the video here. Then I'll have to get used to it. So just like that, I'm not ready. My consciousness slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep. Day 3. We're gonna end it there. I am going to save, if I can remember, save. Okay. Yeah. So that was that. This episode we learned that ALISA likes us. We learned that Slavia likes us, even though we already knew that. We learned that Miku likes us, even though we already knew that too. We learned that if you win against ALISA, she's gonna hail you for that one moment. But it's not like hailing, like picking you up and throwing you up in the air and catching you again. No. She's gonna try to drown you. Yeah. But anyway, apparently ALISA likes us. I don't know why, but I don't really want to go her route. The thing is, I know how to go her route. But I'm trying to get the Mika route, that's the thing. So, yeah. Also, I know how to get ALISA a good ending. I know how to get ALISA a bad ending, because it is different ending with her, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This is a very interesting game, you could say. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep playing this. Not now, but probably like next week, maybe on Wednesday this week. I'm starting on a new job, so I don't work on Wednesdays anymore. So that makes it more time for me to play Everlasting Summer and possibly Simulacra too again. So anyway, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I don't know why, but this is such a cute picture. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's Olga. That would be weird. But I kind of want that ending.